I cannot leave this in the shop any longer. Welcome back to my channel and for another project video. So a little while back, not that while back, but I received this in the post, made up of hundreds of lollipop sticks, lots of different colours, and this was a guy that sent me this from Atomic Shrimp, I think, this guy. And I'll leave a link below for this guy's channel again, because this is pretty awesome. I get quite a lot of stuff in the post, which is really cool and really chuffed, so thanks very much. But I've just got to get on with this one, I really have. So I thought what we'd do is we would get this prepared to be mounted on the lathe, but rather than just the whole thing, I think I'm going to actually add some wood to this. So I'm going to sand this back a little bit, and then we're going to put a block of wood on here to just give us a bit of a kind of a base for this project. And then I'm not too sure what to make out of it yet, but I'm sure we'll find out as we go along. So this is coming on alright actually. I was kind of a little bit worried that the lollipop sticks were going to kind of like just explode everywhere, but actually they've done alright. Let me show you what we've got so far. Still really not too sure what to do with it yet, but I'm kind of getting a little bit of an idea in my head as we go along. So this is what we've got so far, and it's kind of a weird shape. Now I went down a little bit here to put a groove in it because I would have had to gone down here anyway, because the sticks needed, well, they weren't quite finished at the top here. A little bit hard to explain, but anyway, if I'd have had to make this all round, I would have lost the thickness of it. So I've kind of just gone down that bit there, and that's kind of made a little groove there as well, just to give it something a little bit different. This is kind of quite thick at the moment, so we may well cut it off a little bit here. But I'm thinking, I'm not too sure, kind of like the top of this, but then it's got a bit of damage up here, so that's not really brilliant. But then I'm thinking we should maybe make a lid for it, a different kind of like a wooden lid. Maybe make it into some kind of funky pot, maybe almost like a Chinese hat, so that we can bring the lid out like that somehow. Because it looks kind of funky, doesn't it, with all these lollipop sticks in it, all these colours, looks quite cool. So rather than just leave it like that, which looks kind of alright, but still a little bit boring, I think what I'll do is I'll get another piece of wood, stick it on here, glue it on here. I'll have to leave that overnight, and then see if we can make some kind of lid for this. Right, so I found this bowl blank that I think will work really well with this project. It's the, I've used this before, I can't really pronounce that. But anyway, I think this will look quite nice. So this, we'll glue this to the bottom of the base. So there's our little slitherin that we've just cut off of here. And that's going to fit quite nicely on the top there. It's going to make our kind of like sort of Chinese hat. I want to kind of make it look a little bit, if I can, like that film that Kurt Russell's in. He did it ages ago. What's it called? With the Chinese kind of like hats. Big Trouble in Little China. Now that's the kind of hat that I'm looking for. Decided not to stick this in there yet, or on top, as I was going to originally plan to do, because I'm not sure whether or not the finish around the top, when I kind of blend it in, will be perfect enough. And you know what I'm like, I'm pretty fussy, and I kind of like things to be as best as they can be. But I had another little idea, and what I thought I'd do is I would glue this up, which I've done, leave this overnight, get it on the lathe, start to turn it into our kind of like hat. But what I thought I'd do is I'd cut out a little groove in the top. Then we would fit this inside the groove. And then I think that would look a lot neater, and the finish would look a lot better if that's kind of like, you know, inside the groove, and then we can sort of like finish the top of this off a little bit. But at least then you've got a little bit of this showing on the top as well, and I think that would be kind of cool. What I might do here as well is I might try and fix this piece here, try and carve that out and try and stick another little lollipop on top of there, because it's a shame that that little bit is kind of broken away. Try and do that if I can. Right, let's wait for this to dry up. Okay, well, we've got this up on the lathe now. This has now been left overnight, so now we're going to try and make our lid, but we want a kind of a Chinese kind of like hat out of it, like we said. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to round this off a little bit, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take it off. Well, put a tenon on here first so we can reverse chuck it, and then we're going to take it off and finish the inside of the lid, and then get it to fit this side, and then we can start forming our kind of well, funky kind of Big Trouble in Little China hat. Big Trouble in Little China. Now, I haven't done this for a while, but I'm going to put a little button in here, and I used to do that quite a bit, and I've just found this. Check that out. Big Trouble in Little China hat. So I thought I would put that, although it's not really that exciting in regards to colours and things, because I kind of like maybe to put something a bit more colourful in there, but when I saw that in my little pots of bits and pieces, I kind of thought that really would fit quite well. I've no idea even if I could turn this piece into kind of like one of those Big Trouble Little China hats yet. It may not work as well as I kind of imagined it to be, but I'm going to kind of give it a little bit of a go. So this is going to fit into here, like so, in the middle. Right, so we put a couple of coats of the cellulose sanding sealer on this, and you need definitely a couple of coats on there. And now I'm quite excited to introduce my new black Yorkshire grit. So it's coming on. We kind of got a little bit of a look going on here. I've managed to embed this into the top now, and I've just sort of finished it off, putting some CA glue around the edges because there's a bit of a gap here, and filling it in with some fine sawdust. That's come out okay. So we've got a bit of a problem because we've got a bit of a hole here. So I'm going to put a little button in here or some kind of round something or other. I don't know what yet, but I'm going to find something and put it in there. And then I've had to put this tape on. Don't know if you noticed or not, but you probably did, because the lid flew off a couple of times. It wasn't quite secure when I was kind of putting this in, so that's kind of secured that in tight now. So it's coming on, almost done. I'm just going to put a little piece in the top here, and then we're just going to finish it off with some chestnut sanding sealer, some Yorkshire grit, and finally the chestnut micro crystalline wax. Quick, everyone run! Spider-Man! think we're going to put this little red button in the top. I think that probably fits kind of well. Whoa, that took a while. There it is. The lollipop pot. Turned out alright actually. I'm pretty pleased with it because these lollipop sticks are so cool. I'm really chuffed for Atomic Shrimp sending these down to me, or this blank down to me. It's pretty amazing. Not too sure how I did with the Big Trouble and Little China hat. I think it's not too bad. Could have obviously come down a little bit like that, a bit more further, but it is what it is really. Got the little button in there, you can see that. There we go, little button. This kind of turned out okay. I kind of wanted to bring the feature of the lollipop sticks out of the box, or out of the pot. And then kind of create something different on the top here rather than the original kind of just normal sit on lid. I put my emblem in there at the bottom. I didn't show you that on camera. I think it's pretty boring to see that every 5 minutes, isn't it really? I just sanded that down in the sander and just drilled the hole with a little Forstner bit and put my emblem in. The lid fits pretty well. Nice little pop on the old on the lollipop lid. One more. Got the little Chinese hat in there as well. That's made that look a little bit different. Inside looks fairly cool. You can see that, I don't know. There you go. Obviously put some stills up at the end anyway so you can see them. But yeah, nice little fit. I like that. Don't always get a really good fit when you're doing these things. And it's really annoying when you don't get the fit that you want. It's really frustrating. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it. Just because I've never really seen anything quite like these lollipop sticks before. And if you look at how close up there, look at that. See, yeah, it's just quite cool, isn't it? Just the way that they've kind of like created, you know, because of the blank that this guy's made. And I never really thought that you could do that. So, I mean, that's brilliant. I mean, Atomic Shrimp, send me another one of these blanks. I'd love to turn another one of these. Not quite the same, but maybe something different. But they're really cool. So if you fancy, you know, making another one, pinging it my way. Well, if you're watching this, it's Friday and it is the weekend of UKISS. So I'm going to be down at UKISS this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So if you're watching this on the Friday, yeah, tomorrow, I'll be at UKISS. So love to meet anyone that's going to be there. So and if you're not fortunate enough to make it to UKISS, then I hope to see you obviously at Makers Central. As you know, Jimmy DeResta gave us a bit of a big shout out.
I'll be there.
The other day, which was absolutely amazing and really chuffed because that's just really started to pick things up now. Well, it was already picked up, but obviously that's kind of like twofold. I mean, you know, Jimmy's obviously the maker of Maker. Really great that he's obviously come in, and that's exciting. And I think there was a few doubts in people's minds because I did read a few blogs and things of that, oh, I'm not too sure whether Jimmy would come. I don't know if Jimmy's coming. But now I think that's reconfirmed. Everyone's kind of like, Jimmy is coming to this show. Let's go. You know, I mean, I want to go and just see Jimmy. And I hope you guys do too. And I hope that there's a maker that at this show that you'll want to meet. You know, if it's not me, then hopefully it will be somebody. You know, Heath Knuckles, Carl Jacobson, Peter Brown, Ben Ueda, Jesse, loads of makers. I have got some really, really exciting, cool news as well, just to finish off, that I can confirm that Izzy Swan and Jimmy DeResta will be doing a live YouTube video for you at Makers Central. The collaboration between Izzy and Jimmy together on stage. They're going to have tools, they're going to have all the gear that they need. they're going to have you as the audience. They're going to be making something for you live. And we're going to be streaming that obviously across their channels, our channel, the Maker Central channel. So it's going to be live for those of you that aren't, you know, fortunate enough to come to Maker Central. This is going to be streamed out to you guys everywhere in the world. But how amazing is that going to be? How amazing is it just to see Jimmy live or Izzy live? But no, they're going to be together making something for you. This is just brilliant. This just gets better and better and better. So guys, really look forward to seeing you at Maker Central. Website, we're still working hard on it. We're probably still 2 or 3 weeks away from getting it live, but when it goes live, you're going to love it. So hope you like the pot, and I think we call it, I'm not sure if we go down the Big Trouble Little China look. I think we're going to stick with the Lollipop pot. Keep it simple. And I'll get some stills up at the end. I just hope that you enjoyed watching the video. Thanks very much guys for joining me. Thanks for all my new subscribers and all my old ones as always. I really appreciate it if you could like and share the video. That always really helps. And we'll be doing another giveaway soon, because as you've probably noticed, I've gone way over 35,000 subscribers now, which is unbelievable, absolutely amazing. Welcome to all my new subscribers. I really hope you stick around, and I hope you like the channel. So have a good weekend. I'll see you soon. Take care. Who's going to download Big Trouble in Little China and watch it tonight?